It's time for more shitty webcam footage. Let me turn off this fan because, god damn it, because last time it sounded horrible on the video. Alright, what I've got for you this time is some video footage of the best Dragon Con drunk stories. Now, this is not something I had in mind. I had not planned to do this when I went to Dragon Con. It wasn't until I actually got down there. And I started having a conversation with one of my friends that this got brought up. And I just ran with it. And this is a collection of the very best of what I heard. I want to have just give out a very special thank you to everyone involved that told me these stories. And some of them are absolutely batshit insane. Some of them are raunchy as hell. One of them, in fact, I'm pretty sure is illegal. But I want to thank everyone involved for getting me these. And keep drinking, because by God, next year I'm getting more. So I want to hear what you got. So enjoy the best Dragon Con drunk stories ever. Back with some more drunk stories. This guy has one that he witnessed firsthand.
Okay, so I wasn't drinking. I was at a karaoke contest, and there was this guy, drunk as crap. I cannot believe he was even standing. All right, so he comes up. He's about to sing Nickelback's "Photograph," that song. He doesn't even say words. He just screams the entire time. People just cheering him on, and then he just throws the mic and just walks off and then pounces somebody. They had to drag him out. It was the funniest shit. At the same time, it was really sad.
Sure.
I don't know. Hey, come here. You can't hear this.
Alright, I got a good one.
You got a good one?
2 years ago, Dragon Con 2010 was my first year here, and we were all going back in the West End at the end of the night. This motherfucker was so drunk on the elevator, he hits his head on the elevator, dents the iron on the elevator door. Doesn't remember any of it, doesn't feel any of it. It was hilarious.
I'm almost there too right now.
Yes! That's a good one. Yeah, here?
Alright. Okay, so I've been coming to Dragon Con since I was 14, and so when I was about 17, my friends and I were sitting outside the Wolfpack party trying to get in. I was dressed as Black Canary, my friend was dressed as, I think, a dragon or something. Both very sexy costumes. And they wouldn't let us in, of course, until this guy walked by, British guy. We didn't recognize him at first, but it turns out it was the actor that plays Ionto on Torchwood. And he thought we were very attractive, so he decided to get us into this party. Immediately when we get into the party, we're at the bar with Ionto from Torchwood and Draco Malfoy / Tom Felton, who's really tiny and weird looking in person, has a giant dome. He was drinking a Yingling. Yes, he was. And I said, hey, great job picking a good American beer. Meanwhile, Ionto is pumping Jack Daniel's shots into me and my friend like crazy. And I don't remember that much after that. I do remember that my friend went off to fuck Ionto from Torchwood, who it comes to find out is married and was at the time. Meanwhile, I was on the street yelling into the phone at my boyfriend to come pick me up, and I had to sit down on the street. And then he pulled up in his car, took me home, and before I went to bed that night, I tried to slap him in the face. The end.
I might have to edit out about the bit about sleeping with the guy that was somebody that's married.
Dude, no, tell it.
What if I get him divorced?
Let him deny.
He probably is by now. He's not very faithful.
Got self-divorced.
Fair enough. Now we're gonna hear his one line.
Mine's short and sweet. Last year at Dragon Con, I was too drunk to donate blood.
That's not that impressive. I'm too drunk to donate blood right now.
No, I mean not I was too drunk to go and do it. I meant I went and they took the sample and they said, there's too much alcohol in your bloodstream. We can't take your blood.
Okay, now it's better. All right.
There you go.
I was sitting at the Pulse Loft in the Marriott wearing a werewolf mask.
Oh, God.
And sitting and talking with my friends, and a young woman runs up to me and looks me very intently in the eyes and says, "Can we make out?" At which point I said, "Absolutely." And so there's like, it's maybe 10 seconds of just like blah, 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 blah. And then she immediately pulls away, looks at me and goes, "By the way, I'm gay," and leaves. And I was left to this day not having a goddamn clue what happened.
Gay, as in it was actually a dude?
No, she was a girl, but she was a lesbian, and
Quite the woman.
yeah, it was weird.
That is awesome.
No, the second year I was ever at Dragon Con, hanging out back when the pool was open. It was still old school Klingons, new school Klingons. Sitting there drinking all night, sharing cigarettes back when I smoked. And smoked all night, drank a lot. Old school Klingon, new school Klingon. We're slowly walking in at the bottom of the step. It's a transvestite in a skirt and a kilt. Totally pre-op transvestite. Playing a bagpipe, really fucking the best bagpipe player I've ever seen, heard in my life, and I fucking hate bagpipes. And yeah, I was Dragon Con, basement of the stairwell at 4 in the morning, hanging out with like a modern and old school Klingon who hated each other. In the night, listening to a transvestite playing bagpipes.
Hell yes.
And that's why I keep coming back.
My drug story didn't happen at Dragon Con.
Then I don't want to talk to you. I'm joking. What is yours?
Got lost, but that's it. You don't talk. He's Navi. It's so does Lipshut, man.
Oh, I see.
No.
Well, you can you tell the drunk story?
He didn't have that many drunk moments. You should have had a V8, dude.
I don't know what just happened, but it's amazing. Well, your drunk story is that you ate her?
No. That was good too, though. You ate and you puked.
Ah. You had some form of a hallucinogen.
Yes. And he saw the devil. Is that what you're trying to talk about? Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. He saw
You
the
tripped.
devil. It was crazy.
He tripped and he saw the devil.
Yes.
Not tripped on the ground, but fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not that. I remember just that one time when we got like hammered and it was like 4 a.m. and we were just walking in the middle of the streets and like singing New York, New York for some reason. I don't know if that really counts.
Please tell me you were dressed as Jesus when you did it.
Oh yeah, every time.
That is amazing.
It's like a ritual for me.
And there's a joke behind this somewhere. Jesus, Wonder Woman, and Hunter S. Thompson walk into a bar.
It should have been with us the last time when it was Jesus, Abraham Lincoln, a cave woman, and a robot.
Time-traveling superheroes.
Time-traveling crime fighters, yeah.
Damn straight. All right, then you guys have a wonderful Dragon Con.
Thank you.
You too.
I don't know. Last year I tried to break dance and I had rug burns all over my knees afterwards. And I don't know. I was just hammered the whole time. And I grabbed some booze. And they wouldn't care. But other than that, I don't really know. I can't remember. My friends probably could tell you more.
Honestly, that's good enough as is.
about all I
The
got.
fact you can't remember just speaks volumes itself.
As long as there's alcohol, I'm a happy camper. So.
Okay, my favorite drunk story is my friends love to do what's called a power hour, where you every minute on a timer you do a shot of beer. I at the time did not really care for beer, so I thought I would just get whatever else they had in the kitchen. So I started with like schnapps and worked my way up. 26 shots in, the CD that we were listening to stopped, and I said I'd go change it. I stood up, I fell down, and I crawled for the rest of the night.
Very good.
And I did not have a hangover, because I'm awesome.
She is a pro if there ever was one.
I'm German-Irish.
That explains a lot. Now, you have a story?
Yes, actually. We had gotten a friend drunk. We'd gotten a friend drunk to the point that he was swimming in the floor. He was literally swimming, and it was quite sad because he was actually in the living room, and we're like, "Hey, Gerald, we've got more alcohol. You how about you come drink? And he's like, okay, dives off the couch into the floor and starts swimming. He's like, look, I'm swimming. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? He's like, I'm swimming. I'm like, okay, and then he passes out on the floor. Didn't even make it to the more shots.
This is my good friend McKinsey. I've known him for about 7 years now.
About fucking a girl through a window.
I've known this guy for about 7 years.
This story puts that to shame.
This guy's got an amazing drunk story, so.
Okay, so last year, it's Monday morning. We're about to leave. I'm fucking exhausted.
Take my credit card.
Sorry, wait for them. Anyway, it's Monday morning. I'm fucking exhausted. Zach's staying with me, of course. I go back to the room. It's me, Zach, and this girl, Carmen. And Carmen is a goddamn troll. She's got this giant Junos, fat as shit, just horrible. And they start trying to have sex in my bed right as I want to go to bed, sleep. And I'm like, fuck no, this isn't happening. Like, I see her pants coming off, and I'm like, so I start hitting Zach in the back of the head. I'm like, no, this isn't fucking happening. He keeps going. I start hitting him harder, still nothing. I try and pull him off her, still nothing. I go over to the table where we have leftover Chinese. I grab this splintered fucking chopstick covered in hot sauce, and I jam it down the back of his pants. I'm sure he got, like, hot sauce covered splinters in his nuts, and he still kept going. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna stop this? All I had left was a bag of 200 unfrozen freeze pops and a jar of Vaseline that my friend Nia had found during the convention. This was all I had to fight back with. So I take the freeze pop, put it in Vaseline, and stick it down the back of his pants, just like down the pants, thinking it's going to be unpleasant enough where he'll stop. He feels this and fucking jumps, and it penetrates him. And he still fucking kept going with the freeze pop in his ass.
That's horrible. All right, I am here with my friend Medora, and this is another episode of Best Dragon Con Drunk Stories. Now, Dory.
I'm not very drunk.
You're not very drunk right now. Oh dear. But in the past, Dragon Con, whether it be last year or years before, what is your best drunk story?
Oh, it hasn't been when I was like 19. And I drank too much. I got too desperate trying to find alcohol, and I ended up with these people I had no idea who they were. And I'm so fucking drunk that the world is spinning. All I can do is lay on my back and look at the buildings, and I'm like, ah, the buildings are making love to me. I proceed to puke. Everyone that was with me just disappears, and I find my way back to like the bathroom, and I end up passing out on the commode. Like I didn't have my pants down or anything. I just was like, my backpack's so heavy. I woke up, I don't know how long I was there, but I woke up to the maid on the stall right to me. That means she skipped my stall. That's my best Dragon Con story.
First off, this takes some explaining beforehand. I ran across a gentleman dressed as Sailor Moon, Exhibit A.
Young Money.
And he is covered in dried fucking blood.
Yes,
This is Dragon Con Drunk Stories, the best of. Right, tell us what happened.
Alright, so basically what happened was Sailor Moon, which is what I'm trying to emulate to the features of this people, you know? I'm just trying to be real gangster shit. Girl, you keep doing what you're doing, girl. You're looking fine as fuck. So what I'm saying is this, is Sailor Moon doesn't step back from a real fight. So some dude was just perpetrating on me, running his fucking mouth. So I was like, man, I'll fuck you shit. I'll rob you, I'll take your shit and burn it in front of you. So you know what I did? I got drunk and fell on the table and busted my head open and I'm bleeding everywhere like a dumb gangster motherfucker. Ain't fun, man. Ain't fun being gangster. Real streets ain't fun.
So, I was 19 This story involves Gerard. You should find many of these stories. This wasn't just about being drunk. This was about a number of chemical substances being involved. But the pinnacle of it was in a room full of people, all very, very fucked up. My friend Gerard dislikes the look the lamp has been giving him. So he pulls the sword that he bought earlier and proceeds to show that lamp who is boss. He then, he did some unmentionable things with a person's toothbrush, and he was so messed up, he felt it was unfair that he could look out his peephole and see people, but the people couldn't look through and see him. So he asked the concierge to get him a power drill. The concierge got him a power drill.
Oh no!
And he decided to drill out the peephole of the Hyatt hotel room door.
Oh my God!
This was the last year the Hyatt let my friend actually book a room there. And I'm out.
Alright, my best Dragon Con drunk story. This is back in 2005 at Chattacon. My first time I met Dory, who was kind enough to hold the camera for me. I was at Chattacon 2005. Me and Dory were hanging out. We met up with another friend we call Thandor. Hopefully I'll get a video of him later. But we were just hanging out. We were watching Neurotically Yours, the Foamy the Squirrel videos on his laptop in the hallway. We were all already piss-faced wasted. Now all of a sudden, out of the blue, comes a black man dressed up as Cisco from Star Trek. I found out later it's Joe. He comes up holding a clear bottle with a brown liquor in it. He said, "Does anybody want a drink?" Dory said no, Thandor said no. Me being 18 years old and dumb as fuck said, "I will drink it." I take the bottle from his hand. I don't look at the label. I just go, done. I hand the bottle back to him. As I hand it back to him, it says Bacardi 151. I immediately feel woozy. I pass out backwards, land right between Dory's tits, and there I stayed for like, God, how long? Like it was like an hour?
To be 19 and 18 years old, drunk at a con again.
Yes, I was like, oh, Dory's tits, yes. All right, got another drunk story from McKinsey. Good God.
Okay, so like 3 years ago at Chattacon, I walked down into the lobby of the hotel, the fucking lobby. My friend Dory is kneeling on the floor, giving a guy a blowjob. And my first instinct is, oh my God, this is disgusting. My second instinct was, I'm drunk enough to where this could be funny. I'm gonna go talk to them. So I walk up, sit down in the chair next to the guy, and start talking to Dory. She doesn't know I know she's blowing him. So she kind of leans her head onto his lap to make it look like she's just resting there. And she thinks, he totally doesn't know I've got a dick in my ear right now. And I sit there talking to her for 15 minutes, just rage all over her face, while she's getting fucking skull-fucked by this guy. And, 20 minutes go by, and finally I'm like, well, I'm gonna go find a room party. I'll see you later. She still hates me for this. So much.
Someone here has a drunk story he wants to share. Years past.
Okay, the last time that I got drunk, I ended up getting married to a girl who looked like my twin. We were in Dover, Delaware. I was only there on a temporary assignment, and we ended up driving down to Ocean City, Maryland, and got married at the Justice of the Peace. It lasted less than 2 years, and only because she was still on the East Coast and I was on the West Coast for those 2 years.
It's amazing.
When we got together, she filed for divorce.
I don't know whether to call you unlucky or lucky. I really don't.
Because considering that most people mistook her for my twin, I will leave that up to your judgment.
Freud might have something to say about that.
What?
Freud might have something to say about that.
Actually, this guy does kind of look like Freud, doesn't he? With the cigar and the little goatee. Look at this. You know, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
A university case study.
But I'm just going to go on the record and say the guy's lucky. I'll leave it at that. Well, will you please explain to me what the fuck happened to your head?
I want a lizard haircut.
A lizard?
Yes, a Geico.
A Geico?
Yes, I want my insurance cheaper, so I decided to advertise Geico.
I'm gonna be nice and say that looks fucking nothing like